What to expect in the Supreme Court confirmation battle. Washington, AP, let the bruising Senate Supreme Court confirmation battle begin. Republicans are clamoring for a solid conservative majority on the Supreme Court, while Democrats hope to sound a loud enough alarm about what Brett Kavanaugh, President Donald Trump's nominee for the High Court, could mean for such charged issues as abortion rights and gay rights. Ad choice advertising in red invented by teased Trump introduced Kavanaugh late Monday as his choice to succeed retiring Justice Anthony Kennedy. The stakes are enormous, and advocacy groups that don't have to disclose who is funding them are spending heavily to shape the fight. A look at what to expect. Advertisement ____. Finding the votes. Republicans may have a narrower margin for error than they did when the Senate confirmed Trump's first Supreme Court nominee, Neil Gorsuch, by a vote of 54 to 45 in April 2017. Democratic Sen. Doug Jones of Alabama has replaced Republican Senator Luther Strange, cutting the GOP Senate majority to 51 to 49. Meanwhile, Republican Sen. John McCain of Arizona is battling brain cancer and has not been back to the Capitol since December. That increases the focus on two Republicans, Senator Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. Both support a woman's right to have an abortion and will be looking for assurances that the nominee would not overturn the Roe v. Wade decision establishing abortion rights. Trump pledged in 2016 that he would be putting pro-life justices on the court. On the Democratic side, the focus will be on Sens. Heidi Heitkamp of North Dakota, Joe Donnelly of Indiana and Joe Manchin of West Virginia. All three voted to confirm Gorsuch and are up for re-election in states that Trump won handily. Whatever they decide will upset a large group of voters in their home states. If Collins and Murkowski vote no, and Democrats all vote no, the nomination would be blocked. If McCain were to miss the vote, only one GOP defection would be needed to block the nomination if all Democrats were opposed. Advertisement ____. Old wounds. Democrats are still stinging from the Republican decision to refuse to even grant a hearing to President Barack Obama's choice to serve on the Supreme Court, Merrick Garland. They are calling on Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, of Kentucky, to wait until after the November congressional elections to schedule a hearing and vote. McConnell has rejected that, saying the decision to not fill the vacancy under Obama was prefaced on it being a presidential election year. Democrats say McConnell is being hypocritical in moving forward. While that argument won't sway Republicans, their strategy could stiffen Democratic resolve to oppose the nominee. Liberal advocacy groups are challenging Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, to keep Democrats united. Senate relations. Much of the groundwork for a successful confirmation comes in private meetings the nominee will have with individual senators in the coming weeks. For lawmakers who are not on the Judiciary Committee, it may be their only chance to talk with the nominee personally before a final vote. Gorsuch met with nearly three-quarters of the Senate before his hearings. Kavanaugh said his meetings begin Tuesday. "I will tell each senator that I revere the Constitution," he said. The process is arduous. Private meetings give way to days of testimony before the Judiciary Committee, which has 11 Republicans and 10 Democrats. Hearings for the most recent Supreme Court nominees have lasted 4 or 5 days, though there were 11 days of hearings for Robert Bork's nomination in 1987. On average, for Supreme Court nominees who have received hearings, the hearing occurred 39 days after the nomination was formally submitted, according to the Congressional Research Service. Advertisement. The Judiciary Committee need not approve the nomination for it to advance. A negative recommendation or no recommendation merely alerts the Senate that a substantial number of committee members have reservations. The fight outside the Capitol. Before Trump announced his choice, advocacy groups made clear they will play an important role in the coming fight. Groups that support abortion rights are planning a day of action for August 26, the anniversary of the 1920 adoption of the 19th Amendment giving women the right to vote. The liberal advocacy group Demand Justice will spend $5 million on ads through September and began airing spots Thursday in Maine and Alaska aimed at pressuring Collins and Murkowski. Why won't she rule out voting for Trump's anti-choice picks, both ads ask. It also plans to run ads next week in Manchin's, Donnelly's and Heitkamp's home states with a softer tone, asking them to continue protecting people with pre-existing health conditions by opposing a nominee who'd threaten that. Meanwhile, the conservative Judicial Crisis Network said it will launch a $1.4 million ad buy in 4 states, Alabama, Indiana, North Dakota, and West Virginia, introducing the nominee in a favorable light. The spot was to launch Tuesday night and will run for 1 week. The group says it has reserved airtime nationally and in those same states for 4 more weeks. By Taboola sponsored links promoted links. You may like the Straits Timesman whose body odor diverted plane has the Straits Times under the new paper. Taiwanese actress Celia Chung. I did not sleep with Najib Sunday new paper under Vikings, free online game. Play this for 1 minute and see why everyone is addicted. Vikings, free online game. Undwa fashionable, sexiest camo wedding dresses fantasy. According to Mana Fashionable Undabab, a language expert shares the secret to learning a language in 20 minutes. Adib Ablando Blinkist. This woman reads 100 books a month. Blinkist Undo.